Well, up until last year, I was working in places at night like the Dewdrop Inn, the Elbow Room, Top Hat Bar and Grill. Those little roadhouses that sit about a quarter of a mile off the road, half sick neon beer sign that flickers on and off. You go inside and there's usually a lava lamp behind the bar, handkerchiefs and plastic bags and their combs. Those wretched little beer sausages that just tear your insides up, but you eat them anyhow. You know those things, the hard-boiled eggs sitting there inside of it, whatever color it is. Never been able to figure it out. But I used to do all country stuff, because there's always 4 or 5 chrome-plated pickup trucks sitting out front. And the bartenders all had a baseball bat underneath. That's how they were hired, according to how quick they could vault over the bar and just catch you one alongside the head. They were really fun, though, because I was working right down on the floor with nothing between me and the audience except chicken wire. Had this little screen, you know, like a backstop. And you sit there and you play and just watch that chicken wire catch the beer pitchers. I get really good. That's responsible for a lot of all the rock and roll moves, you know, these, sidestep. You get out of the way of the beer pitcher pretty quick. The ones that do sneak up on you, though, are the shot glasses. They make it through the wire, you know, just catch you, give you a funny eyebrow the rest of your life. Look like you're asking a question all the time. It's just like that. Well, anyhow, one night I was finishing up. I was doing my last song of the evening, which was Okie from Muskogee. And there was this clapping, really loud kind of clapping. I looked over, and there on a bar stool, about 10 feet away from me, was this woman. And as she was clapping like this, his back was shaking under her. That nice jiggly stuff, kind of like you see under a turkey's neck, you know? And I knew, if I hadn't fallen in love, at least had fallen in like. This was a very sweet woman. And she was smiling at me, and her makeup was cracking and falling off in big chunks. She had this bleached blonde hair swirled and piled up on top of her head in honor of the Dairy Queen. Ace bandage around her left knee. You know, she fit right into my mold, which is up to 350 pounds, she's a person. At 400, she becomes a place. You know, she was really ready for the centerfold of like Popular Mechanics. She's a great, big, enormous woman. But, you know, it was summertime. You can't have anything to do with a woman like that in summertime. Keep swimming around. So, get hung up in a wrinkle. Am I there? But anyhow, there I was, looking at her, deep into her eyes, and she's looking back at me. I go down and I buy her a couple shots and beers. We call them Boilermakers, because the little one builds a fire and the big one puts it out. And after a couple of them, she starts loosening up and talking, and I find out that she comes from Texas, and she used to be in the roller derby. And I said, oh, man, I'm going to write a song about this lady. And just as I was getting ready, her husband came in. He's an off-duty state trooper in Pennsylvania, in that uniform, and he was a giant on top of everything else. And I knew that I didn't want to offend him and get him mad, because I could see him filling out the report. You know, I fired 3 warning shots into the suspect's head. And I didn't want it to be me, so I backed down a little bit, thought about it, and I still couldn't write the song, and I went out and bought 2 bottles of Ripple and a bottle of NyQuil. Now, Ripple will really tear you up. You drink 2 bottles of that and stand out in the sun, the top of your head gets like a cookie jar. You just take it right off. Because Ripple's got the distinction, you know, being the only wine made in America that's never seen a grape. And NyQuil, you know, if you mix that up in the mason jar, you really end up with something, because NyQuil will make you feel like Jell-O with skin. Feel like, And behind that, I got 2 verses done. And the last verse was a really interesting story about that. Maury and I were out in San Francisco, and it felt like playing. We were sitting up playing one night and ordered up some room service, some apple pie, which turned out to be slightly poisoned. And about a half an hour after we ate it was like one of those reflexes. We looked across the table at each other and just kind of said, I think I'm going to be sick. And we run like 2 fools in a hurry into the bathroom to lay this nausea riff on a towel. I get in there first, roll up the mat, and put it right down at the feet, the great god of porcelain, and put my arms around it like this. Have you ever seen that? I think everybody's done that. Everybody's had that feeling. Isn't that something? That's the experience that kind of ties us all together. Everybody knows what this is about. It's just like, you know, peeing in a swimming pool. I'll be out in a minute, dear. Why are you standing so still, Mommy? But anyhow, it's the truth, though. But behind that, there we were. Me like this, and Maury come running by me, and he got the sink in the bathtub because he ate more pie. And we're getting calls from the front desk, people telling us we're not allowed to have seals in the room. Because they always put us in these old age hotels, you know, full of 75-year-old women with blue hair. But the next day we woke up and we felt so good about being alive that we got the last verse of the tune done. It's called I Fell in Love with the Roller Derby Queen. I'm gonna tell you a story that you won't believe, but I fell in love last Friday evening with the girl I saw on the ballroom TV screen. Well, I was just getting ready to get my hat. Yeah, she caught my eye, and I put it back, and I ordered myself a couple of more shots and beers. The night that I fell in love with a roller derby queen, around and round, all round and round, the meanest hunk woman that anybody ever seen. Down in the arena, she's a 5'6", 215, a bleach blonde bomber with a streak of mean. She knew how to knuckle and she knew how to sparkle and fight. And a roller derby program set that she would look like a refrigerator with her head. The fans called her Tucky, but all the buddies called her Spike. The night that I fell in love with a roller derby queen, around and round, all round and round, the meanest hunk of woman that anybody ever seen. Down in the arena. But to fall in love with this heavy duty woman I've been speaking of. Things were kind of bad until the day